Good to have you with us. 25 away from 9 o'clock. It's the Thursday edition of the South African Morning. I'm Gareth Edwards. Tumelo away for today. Nandi is standing by with sport in a couple of minutes from now. Before we get to there, it's another day, another court case for the former President Jacob Zuma. He is back at the Constitutional Court to appeal an estimated 10 million rand cost order against him. The order was issued after his failed attempt to interdict the release of Thuli Madonsela's State of Capture report. Yes, you need to go back a couple of years, and no, do not confuse us with the arms deal corruption case that was in court yesterday. It's always a pleasure. Political analyst Professor Siphamandla Zondi joining us ahead of today's court case. Hello to you, Prof. It's always a pleasure speaking to you as a political analyst, a political scientist. I don't want to get into the merits of the legal case per se. What I would like to hear from you, and I'm sure you've got a strong opinion on this, is the ongoing support that we have seen from various factions within the ANC for the former president, despite all the allegations against him. What does that tell you about the state of the ANC and how they are supporting the former president?
Yes, good morning. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We must remember that Zuma's political star, actually rose partly as a result of the spectacle around court cases and how court cases become an opportunity for political mobilization, for drawing on all manner of groups of people. And in many cases, kind of draw different groups of people for different reasons. Both those who come in to support genuinely the former president and those who are coming for the spectacle. Because in politics, the optics are very important. You and I might be concerned about the optics, maybe association with alleged corruption and all of that. But in politics generally, the optics, whatever they are, can be harnessed for political power, especially in the year of local government elections. In the case where you are not able to convene and host big rallies, appearance in support of a politician appearing in court in Bloemfontein or in Pietermaritzburg or elsewhere becomes a sort of a political rally of a sort.
Prof, I'd like your thoughts on this particular issue. We'll know, of course, what happens in court later today on this 10 million rand cost that the former president is fighting against, this cost order. But let's not forget as well also the prospect of having to pay back 25 million rand in state funding, which goes all the way back to the issue of him appealing in the Supreme Court of Appeal, another court case which he is claiming the state, i.e. taxpayers, should be paying for. He is fighting that as well. It does ask the question, all of these issues, and this is where I'm going, all of these issues go back to when he was the president of this country. He was the president of the ANC. Surely he could not have acted in isolation. Surely he could not have acted on his own. There must have been other people within the ANC who must have known how we got to this point today.
Yes, definitely there would be a lot of people who know what happened and would have been involved in this. And the ANC has long indicated its support for its then president and then became the country's president, who's now former president, in all of this. My suspicion is that even for the payment of those legal costs, I don't think the former president will pay it himself. I suspect that out of those huge groups of people who come in for support, there will be those who have been sufficient financial power to contribute. I remember back in 2010, 2012, in that period, when there were a number of big business people, some of them in the taxi industry, who were willing to put together 10 million immediately towards this cost. I suspect that it is a cost being moved from the taxpayer to him, but it will probably be paid by a benefactor. That is significant because it actually says that his ability to mobilize political support enables him to thrive in crisis. He was able to rise to the president and stay in the presidency for 2 terms, principally because of that political support. And it seems to me, even after retirement, that ability, strength, the ability to amass such a number of people will be staying again, will keep him going politically again, and will put the ANC in an awkward position where it cannot reject him without rejecting those hundreds of thousands of people it dearly needs when it's been losing support over a period of time. And the rally we saw yesterday outside the court is, for me, the biggest rally we have seen in the past year and a half or so.
Prof, that's right. Prof, that's where I want to come in very quickly. I was hoping, Professor, you were going to refer to yesterday's support. In the last 30 seconds I have with you, you mentioning, quite rightly, local government elections this year. The kind of political support that we've seen for the former president on the stage with various names, and we all know who they are by now. How dangerous is it, A, for those individuals supporting the former president, seemingly in defiance of an ANC decision to not openly support, and then what does it mean for the ANC if they don't come down on those members who are being told to show neutrality when it comes to the former president? Last 30 seconds, I know it's a loaded question, but I'd appreciate the short answer.
We must be careful here. The ANC and NEC has debarred those who have been asked to step down, to step aside from speaking on behalf of the ANC. So I think they were careful. Even yesterday, Mahashule simply greeted and didn't quite speak on behalf of the ANC, just to avoid that political that implications from the ANC. But the ANC needs those thousands and thousands of people who are sitting there. So it has to work this very carefully, because it does want to maintain its power and its hold on power.
I think it's going to be a fascinating year with the local government elections, and considering what we're seeing in court, not just with former ANC members, but many other political parties as well, and the changes in those parties. I'm sure we'll speak again, Professor. Thank you for your time in speaking to us this morning here on eNCA. Professor Siphamandla Zondi here on the South African Morning.